Good morning. I'm Ryan W. This is Bobby W. And we're Weaved Web Recovery. Today is May 10th. I'm going to start our reading with the Just for Today. We get a good look at what these defects are doing to our lives. We begin to long for freedom from these defects. Basic text, page 34. Becoming entirely ready to have our defects of character removed can be a long process, often taking place over the course of a lifetime. Our state of readiness grows in direct proportion to our awareness of these defects and the destruction they cause. We may have trouble seeing the devastation our defects are inflicting on our lives and the lives of those around us. If this is the case, we would do well to ask our higher power to reveal those flaws which stand in the way of our progress. As we let go of our shortcomings and find their influence waning, we'll notice that a loving God replaces those defects with quality attributes. Where we were fearful, we find courage. Where we were selfish, we find generosity. Our delusions about ourselves will disappear to be replaced by self-honesty and self-acceptance. Yes, becoming entirely ready means we will change. Each new level of readiness brings new gifts. Our basic nature changes, and we soon find our readiness is no longer sparked only by pain, but by a desire to grow spiritually. Just for today, I will increase my state of readiness by becoming more aware of my shortcomings. Okay, next 24 hours. One thing that keeps me sober is a feeling of loyalty to the other members of the group. I know I'd be letting them down if I ever took a drink. When I was drinking, I wasn't loyal to anybody. I should have been loyal to my family, but I wasn't. I let them down by my drinking. When I came into AA, I found a group of people who were not only helping each other to stay sober, but who were loyal to each other by staying sober themselves. Am I loyal to my group? Meditation for the day. Calmness is constructive of good. Agitation is destructive of good. I should not rush into action. I should first be still and know that He is God. Then I should act only as God directs me through my conscience. Only perfect trust in God can keep me calm when all around me are agitated. Calmness is trust in action. I should seek all things that can help me to cultivate calmness. To attain material things, the world learns to attain speed. To attain spiritual things, I have to learn to attain a state of calm. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may learn how to have inner peace. I pray that I may be calm so that God can work through me. Today's thought for today: free at last. Another great dividend we may expect from confiding our defects to another human being is humility, a word often misunderstood. It amounts to a clear recognition of what and who we really are, followed by a sincere attempt to become what we could be. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 58. I knew deep inside that if I were ever to be joyous, happy, and free, I had to share my past life with some other individual. The joy and relief I experienced after doing so were beyond description. Almost immediately after taking the fifth step, I felt free from the bondage of self and the bondage of alcohol. That freedom remains after 36 years, a day at a time. I found that God could do for me what I couldn't do for myself. There you go, Bobby. There's a few things in today's readings that stuck out at me. The one thing that caught my attention was this concept of calmness and, amidst your chaos, and listening to your conscience is listening to God. I always felt like the two were connected, but I never heard it. I never read it, in print that way. You're not just waiting for some message from the trees.
Yeah.
So I try to follow my conscience as often as I can. I mean, the defects are still there. They'll always be there. But
yeah.
now I'm doing a better job of recognizing them. And, right now I'm working step 6 and 7, which is, there's this book called Drop the Rock.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to read that. And getting into recognizing my defects, dropping the rock, so I can be my genuine true self. So yeah, that really stuck out at me today. Conscience equals God.
Wow.
And I always feel like if you follow your conscience, you're going to be okay. That's the best you can do, is follow your conscience, I think. So that's it for me, Bobby. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right, and I'm thinking about a race. Ready, set, go. Right. This is how the Olympics, when they run in track, things like that. If they're in an individual race or if they're in a combined, right, a relay team, they all still have to get ready, get set, and then go, right? So this is what I'm thinking about, right? In order to run the race, they have to practice. They have to prepare. Let me say it that way. They have to prepare, practice running around the track, practice when the gun go off. They have to be set and do it on purpose, right? They have to be set for the race to run, to run the race. So they got to get in order. They got to practice these things, and they got to be daily.
Yeah.
They have to be daily at that, right? And so I'm thinking about how they go together, right? Ready, set, go. And in the 24 hours when you were talking about humility and the just for the day, excuse me, and as well as the daily reflections, all of them combined and stuff, and they were talking about freedom. Now I'm free to see. My vision becomes more clearer when I practice these things, right? When I go towards running the race, I get in line. I get in line. I'm prepared to run the race. So I'm in line to do the things that's already necessary. My vision become clearer. Now I can run the race. I can jump the hurdles in life, the defects that they're talking about. Now I can see them more clearly. I can run the race and I can jump over the hurdle.
Right.
I can jump over the hurdle and I can do it the way I'm supposed to do it, not run into the hurdle. And it take from me when I run into the hurdle. My speed don't keep going.
Right.
I don't be as prepared. I need to take my time, set it up, and then run.
There you go.
It makes sense
if
we do it that way, right? Now I got the freedom, right? Because the vision is there. I can see where I'm going there. We talked about this before. We can see where we're going. When we slow down, things speed up. And then we can see it more clearer, right? We can slow them down, and then we speed up because we see it more clear. We don't run into it. We run over it correctly.
Yeah.
We're able to maneuver, right?
Yeah.
And so I was ready, set, go.
Yeah.
If you think about it, each day we get ready, brush our teeth, we get set, put our clothes on, and then we go to where we're going. Just to keep it simple in that fashion, right? So I wanted to say that, just to think about how things are going. Right? Preparing my mind, preparing our mind for whatever comes our way. Because we don't know what's going to happen today. Now I'm thanking you for coming. Every time you come, you got to go to work. It's a preparation. That has to get set. So I have to be ready for when you get here so we can be on time when the bell go off, when the gun go, time to go, right? And we got to be prepared for that. When they in a swimming meet, they waiting. That's the patience that it take. For us to be ready. And they on the thing and they ready to go. But they got to wait for the starter gun.
That's right.
To start.
That's right.
But then when they start, they off to the races. Prepare yourself to run the race. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right. Guys, have a great day, and we'll look forward to seeing you again shortly.